I started asking around. Most of my neighbors were friendly enough, and when I brought up the complaint, they were shocked. Buddy? He's the sweetest dog on the block, one neighbor said. My kids love him. He's never caused any trouble, said another. That's when I realized what was really happening. This wasn't about Buddy. This was about power. Someone on the board, probably Karen, had decided they didn't like me, and they were using Buddy as their excuse. I wasn't about to give in. I gathered character statements from my neighbors, documenting that Buddy was well-behaved and not a nuisance. I sent the letters to the HOA with a firm note. Buddy is not in violation of any community standards. Any attempt to remove him will be considered harassment. I didn't hear back for weeks. I thought maybe, just maybe, they had dropped it. I was wrong. A few months later, another letter arrived. This time it wasn't about Buddy. It was about money. The HOA claimed I hadn't paid my dues. Not only that, but they said I owed late fees for several months, fees that totaled nearly double the original amount. Here's the kicker, I had paid. Every single time. I even had canceled checks from my bank to prove it. The problem? The HOA hadn't cashed the checks. They'd been sitting on them for months. And when I finally closed that account and moved my money, the old checks bounced. So now they were trying to fine me for their incompetence. I called Karen again. This isn't my problem, I said. You should have cashed the checks when I sent them. Well, that's not how it works, she sniffed. The checks bounced, so you're responsible for the fees. No, I shot back. I'm responsible for paying dues on time. Which I did. You're responsible for processing payments. Which you didn't. Not my problem. She didn't like that answer. Within a week, I had a stack of violation notices. Unpaid dues, late fees, bounced check charges. They were trying to bleed me dry. At this point, I knew I was dealing with crooks. They wanted my money, they wanted me to get rid of my dog, and they wanted to make me miserable. But what they didn't realize was that I had been documenting everything. Every letter. Every canceled check. Every voicemail. Every neighbor's statement about Buddy. I even had screenshots of my bank transactions showing the checks had been sent on time. It was time to fight back.